6:30, that means it's time for your weather impact here on WFMY Plus. Tim Buckley with you. Thanks for joining us as we talk all about the weather across the Carolinas today. First off, there's no question what we should be talking about. It's all about the tropics. And throughout the week, we've been kind of giving you a little bit of bonus content, kind of some behind the scenes about why there could be a system that might form offshore. Well, today it's no longer hypothetical. We've got ourselves a system. It's called a tropical depression. And if you say, gosh, I really just don't know what a tropical depression means, it's worth a refresher. So when we have a tropical storm, that means it's an organized low pressure that's in the tropics that has winds over 40 miles per hour. A hurricane, same thing, but the winds are over 75 miles per hour. When it's an organized low pressure, but those winds are still pretty weak, it's kind of just a rainstorm. Well, that's called a tropical depression. It's kind of a precursor to what will eventually become a tropical storm if it continues to strengthen. Right now, the winds are only at 35 miles per hour. The reason we learned about this today was a couple of reasons. Obviously, we have satellites and some radar that stretches offshore to that point. But also, the National Hurricane Center sent in some of their Hurricane Hunter aircraft, and they crossed back and forth through the storm, taking all kinds of readings, pressure, temperature, dew point, all of those things, wind speed, of course, too, and wind direction. And they found, yeah, there's an enclosed low pressure in here, and there are some decent winds, but nothing all that strong right now. So Tropical Depression 3 was born, and you can see kind of the structure from space. It's pretty healthy right now, to be honest, but it is lopsided. If this were a bona fide tropical storm, you'd probably have better structure on both sides. We more or less have a lopsided one where there's more rain and convection and thunderstorms on the east side, but not so much on the west side. So that's kind of the disorganized part of the system right now. To get your geography, there's Wilmington, Myrtle Beach right about there, Charleston here, and then Florida is the coastline close by right there. So this system is not moving all that much right now. It's kind of stationary, but it will start to kind of get nudged a little closer to the coast by the weekend. And with that knowledge, the Hurricane Center has gone ahead and put up some tropical storm watches, mostly for the South Carolina beaches, but also for the offshore waters all the way up to Bald Head Island. Reason being, it only takes about 5 miles per hour from where it is to strengthen into a tropical storm. So it's reasonable to expect it'll probably get a little bit stronger as it moves to the north. Let's show you the path. This is the first time they put a cone on this thing. So where is it going and what do you need to do about it? Well, they're expecting it to drift a little closer to the South Carolina coastline by tomorrow night, and then very, very early Sunday morning coming ashore. At that point, it would move inland over the central Carolinas, including parts of our area. Now, remember what I just said, though. Most of the rain is on the eastern side of this system. So if that remains the case, we're going to be on the drier side on the west side. But there's still some wiggle room in that. When we show you a forecast cone, the center could be as far as over here or as far as over there. So there's still some uncertainty being a couple of days away. We talked about the tropical storm watches for people at the coast. There's no need to panic if you have friends and family there, or if you're watching us on WFMY Plus at the beach. First of all, thank you. That's nice of you. But otherwise, there's no reason to be all that concerned. You can ride this thing out. It's mostly just going to be some periods of bad beach weather where you have to stay inside while the rains come down. As far as computer models, sometimes we like to show these. We affectionately call them the spaghetti models. Every one of those little dots or lines on the screen is a computer trying to figure out where the storm center will go. And there's some clustering that brings it kind of a little bit east of us. There's also a smaller cluster that brings it right over us. Either way, it doesn't look like we would get the brunt of this system, which is a weak one to begin with. Here's the setup. High pressure to the north has been keeping us dry and nice for today, dry and nice again for tomorrow. There's the depression. It formed over that stationary front, and it's drifting onshore by tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, here's the morning and the midday. You see this? This is kind of just like a scattered shower type of a day. It's not going to necessarily be any worse than the weather that we saw at times last week. It'll probably be a little bit better than those wet days that we had. So more or less just scattered rain showers is how it looks like to me as of now with this weather system. Now, this could still shift or change a little bit, but that's the way it looks as of Friday afternoon. Give you a closer view. This would be that landfall-ish time frame tomorrow night, right there close to the early morning hours on Sunday. And then a few heavier batches of rain are possible at times on Sunday. Probably not many thunderstorms, more or less just scattered rain showers for your Sunday. Now, when we think about tropical systems and tropical storms, you worry about winds. This is not one that I think is going to be all that windy. Right now, wind gusts of about 15 to 25 miles per hour look likely for our area, and that would be about it. Now, when or if this becomes a tropical storm, it would be called Chantal. That's the next name on the list, and that would be what we would watch for. As far as main points for you with Tropical Depression 3, want you to know it could become a tropical storm soon. Gusty rain showers are likely along the coastal areas. Those parts of the region will get more rain than us here in the inland areas, but still a couple gusty showers could move our way on Sunday, and that's the main thing that you need to know. For the beaches, the biggest concern to me, actually, the biggest risk to life and the one that people die from are these rip currents. High risks of rip currents in South Carolina, moderate ones up the North Carolina coast. This is for tomorrow. Those will likely go a little bit higher by your Sunday. You can see, though, the weather is still beautiful there right now. This is a live camera in Isle of Palms near the Charleston area. Here's Myrtle Beach. Oh, it was busy this afternoon, and it still is right now. And just to reiterate, there's no need for those people to evacuate. I think that's unnecessary. But over an inch of rain in the areas in yellow for us. We're kind of in that lighter shade, about a half an inch or so to maybe as much as an inch. And if you're in the foothills or mountains, you're probably not going to get much of any rain from this system at all. As far as our actual weather, today we did hit high temperatures right around 89 degrees. Our dew point's a little lower than it usually is this time of year, so it's pretty comfortable, and it should stay that way for tomorrow. I will say that tropical system is going to bring that humidity right back for Sunday and into Monday. If you have any plans for the fireworks this evening, they look great. Tomorrow's weather looks really nice as well. So you should be in good shape to do whatever you'd like to do. And there are a lot of places shooting off fireworks, of course, for July 4th. A couple towns got a head start last night, as we say, but all things look very nice for tonight. One thing you might notice is that some of that smoke will linger a little close to the ground. We saw that last night. We'll talk about that more in just a few minutes on our Impact Show. For tomorrow, lots of sun, still right around 89 degrees for the high, only about a 20% chance of a storm popping up. Going through the rest of the forecast, I've got the rain chance at about 50% for Sunday. Scattered downpours there, but Monday, that turns out to be dry. And looking after that, the chance of rain does go up, but this is unrelated to the tropical system. For Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, this is more or less just kind of a pop-up thunderstorm pattern that we see pretty often in the summertime. We saw it last week and the week before. We're kind of going back to that. So it'll be warm and muggy with the occasional chance for some rain. Coming up, we're going to talk much more about the tropical system with our partners in Charlotte. We'll see you then.